evening. Good evening, St. John and friends and family.
And good evening, Epiphany Lutheran Church and friends.
Yeah, he thinks he's so cute, that hat.
Our hats are still somewhat packed up, but this was one of the last hats to come over from the old house to the new house, and so it's Sam's hat. So Sam, actually, as I was walking down our porch to come down here to be able to do this fun Friday with you, Sam ended up saying, oh, you got it on wrong. Here, let me help you. So Sam has helped me get the hat on right.
Well, I'm wearing a repeat that I wore a couple weeks ago, but this is a favorite. And I wore it today when Samuel and I went and picked blueberries again. Picked another couple gallons, and there was a lot more on the shrubs this time from the great rain and sun this past week. And we hope to get out there one more time before we leave on Wednesday. I really enjoy picking the blueberries. So it's been a good Friday. I went out to Griffin. Worked with a bunch of people. We were putting together, I stayed, probably did 450, 500 of the bags of food we were doing. Backpack for Kids was asked to step up and provide the food for next week for kids in the community because the schools, because of 4th of July, we're not going to be doing meals. So Spalding Collaborative, along with Backpack for Kids, stepped up, and I want to say thanks to City Church. They had a number of people come, a number of women. It was an all-women crew. There was a couple guys helping, but the crew putting the breakfast and lunch food together, it's an all-women crew. It was a great day to be able to do that, and next Monday will be the distribution in Griffin. If anybody needs to know where that's at, let me know. I'll make sure you know, but the word is out about that, so that was a good experience. And then we both were over at our old place. We're almost finished.
We're getting
so close.
We're getting
being
there.
Done and being.
We have to be there by the time we leave on vacation on Wednesday because we're supposed to be out of there on June 30th.
And last night we went for a walk. Samuel went for a walk farther because their school is close to here, within walking distance. And we went with the walk with Christopher, met some of our neighbors. And the only noise we heard last night when we came back from working at our old house was the cicadas?
That was frogs.
Well, I heard the frogs.
Yes.
But whenever we get to have an open house, you'll see that across from where we live, there's no houses. That area can't support a septic system. So it's a bunch of pear trees, apple trees, and other bushes, and there's a stream past it. And the sound of but it was more than frogs. It was something else.
It was mostly frogs.
Was
Yep.
it? Wow.
Yep.
It was an amazing sound. So we're very thankful. We're not on 20. We love the house we lived in. We really enjoyed it our 6 years, but 20 has gotten busier and busier and busier, and this is not on the main road, and it's wonderful, and we love it. And one day when we get back, we'll get to unpack everything, but right now, that's not happening. So we're just in the mode to get things together and things done, and get the services put together for when we will be gone. We'll share a little bit about that at the end. So David, go right ahead.
Okay. So far I've given you, you're a Lutheran if, you're from California if. So now I'll turn us to where we are right now. When you're in an Atlantan when it's 60 degrees outside. If it's March, you're wearing shorts and sandals, and if it's October, you're bundled up in a sweater.
Now where's that?
You're an Atlantan.
Ah, okay.
You're an Atlantan when you refuse to drink Pepsi.
Well, yeah, but I'm from the Midwest, and we drank Pepsi where I grew up. And Samuel liked to carry Pepsi, so.
You're from Atlanta, or you're in Atlanta, when someone says hot Atlanta, you get mad at them.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, here's one to really get under the skin of Pastor Mary, because we all disagree with this. But anyway, so sorry about this for this next one. You'll be happy when I read this to you. Just know that we're two of the people that aren't going to be happy. You know you're an Atlantan when you realize how about them dogs is not a question.
No. No, we are Georgia
We're-
Tech people.
we're
My
personally
boys,
Georgia Tech people.
our boys were born. I got pregnant right when I started Georgia Tech as a campus pastor. Served there for 5 years, and both our boys were born at Georgia Tech. And I'm sorry, I know that probably made me very unpopular, but I am Georgia. We are Georgia Tech people through and through. So
Okay.
we love our Georgia Tech.
Here's one in light of everything going on, but this it changes now. But you know you're an Atlantan when, if the bread aisle is empty, you check the weather forecast.
Oh, yeah. In Atlanta?
Well, yes,
Well, we
because
don't
it
have
means,
snow,
it
I
means
guess.
they expect snow anytime.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the last one on this side is, you know you're an Atlantan when you don't get alarmed when you hear the terms smothered, covered, chunked, diced, and capped.
Well, we know where that's at. That's the Waffle House. Isn't that hash browns?
I think so. So, do you got something for us?
I do. So I had to look up some other jokes. I do have a few Ole and Sven that I'll share in a little bit, but these are just regular jokes. Did you hear about the first restaurant to open on the moon? It had great food, but no atmosphere. What do dentists call their x-rays? You should have a guess at this since your father was a dentist.
No, go ahead.
Toothpicks.
Oh,
What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, because it waved.
oh.
Did you want to hear a construction joke? Sorry, I'm still working on it. Did you hear about the fire at the circus? It was intense.
Oh.
Why do ducks have feathers? To cover their butt quacks.
Ooh.
What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
Okay.
One is really heavy and the other's a little lighter. You know a zippo?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Got you.
What does a nosy pepper do? It gets jalapeno business. Why should you never trust stairs?
Okay.
They're always up to something.
Oh.
When does a joke become a dad joke?
Whatever I tell it, that's for sure.
When it becomes apparent.
Oh, okay.
Why did the bullet end up losing his job?
Okay.
He got fired.
Oh.
So I entered 10 puns in a contest to see which would win. No pun intended.
Oh.
I like that one. Where does a waitress with only one leg work? Think about it. It's a pancake place.
I'm
IHOP.
IHOP. Oh.
Why are toilets always so good at poker?
Okay.
They always get a flush. All right, your turn.
My turn. The next about about signs that you're in Atlanta are this. You don't get confused when someone says they're on the corner of Peachtree and Peachtree.
Yeah.
I used to always laugh when I was here the first time. I said you could get strangers very confused if you tell them to meet you at the Waffle House on Peachtree.
Yeah. Which one of the 42 plus? Who knows how many there are now?
That's it. And another sign that you're from Atlanta, that Herring Spaghetti Junction doesn't make you hungry.
Those are good.
Yeah, these are good.
Except for the Pepsi.
Yeah.
But yeah, we understand about Coke. Because Emory's Coca-Cola University, they help pay your way to go to college. So we have bought plenty of Coke products, especially Sprite, in our family. And I used to drink Diet Coke. But
And I would change this one with all of this, is we always make, and especially those of you from the Midwest know this, I always laugh when I talk about the fact of, I tell my friends in the Midwest that people in Atlanta, they close the schools when there's a hint of snow.
Well, that's because of what happened in 2014.
That's it.
when all the kids got stuck in buses and on
And
the roads.
that was another one from back on the last list I saw that says, you know you're an Atlantan when you know 5 people who got stuck in the ice storm. So, but anyway. All right. You have some more?
Yes, I have some Ole and Sven jokes.
Okay.
Now, don't get on me, but I think this was kind of funny. Ole was in trouble. He forgot his wedding anniversary with his wife, and his wife, Lena, was very angry. She told him, "Tomorrow morning, I expect to find a gift in the driveway that goes from 0 to 200 pretty damn fast." That's what it says. I'm just reading it. Remember that. The next morning, Ole got up early and left for work. When Lena woke up, she looked out the window, and sure enough, there was a gift wrapped box in the middle of the driveway. Confused, Lena put on her robe and ran out to the driveway and brought the box back in the house. She opened it and found a brand new bathroom scale. Ole has been missing since Friday. So that was really good. Sven says to Ole, "I found this pen. Is it yours?" Ole replies, "Don't know. Give it here." And then tries it and says, "Yes, it is." Ole called the airline's information desk and inquired, "How long does it take to fly from Minneapolis to Fargo?" "Just a minute," said the busy clerk. "Well," said Ole, "if it has to go that fast, I think I'll just take the bus." Too funny. Okay, those of you of the Norwegian Swede or Dave, and here's the joke, remember that.
Hold on a minute.
Wait a minute.
We got to get St. John back on here.
Sam is trying to check on things, so we hope it's still working. Hang on. We're waiting.
We
to
still
see.
are.
That's what
Okay.
happens. There's a lot of wind tonight. A lot of wind, if you can't tell behind us. And now, for those of you elsewhere in the country, we have not, I think, gotten the Sahara Desert. Is it
Yes,
Sahara
we have.
Desert?
I think
we
we've
have?
gotten it today.
Oh, today?
Yes.
Okay, they showed some pictures in the country on the news tonight where it was really, the air was so much, more foggy kind
I
of.
think we've had it today.
So, okay.
Yes.
So if you haven't got it yet, it's coming. Okay. Ole and Sven grabbed their poles and headed out to do some ice fishing. As they were augering a hole in the ice, they heard a loud voice from above say, "There are no fish under the ice." Ole and Sven moved about 25 feet over and started to make another hole. The voice said, a little stronger, "There are no fish under the ice." They both looked around and then looked up. Ole said in a humble voice, "Are you God?" The voice spoke back, "No, you idiots. I'm the ice rink attendant." Here's the Norwegian, Swede, and Dane joke. A Norwegian, a Swede, and a Dane made a bet about who could stay the longest in a stinky pig barn. They all went in at the same time. After only 2 minutes, the Dane came running out. 5 minutes later, the Swede stumbled out the door. After 10 minutes, all the pigs ran out. So I guess that's saying that the Norwegian was that stinky. So forgive me for that.
That's right.
All right.
So, another sign you're from Atlanta is when the only tea you drink is sweet tea.
Oh, yes. I was thinking a brand.
And going along with the one we said before, you know you're from Atlanta when you've told someone to turn at the Big Chicken or the Waffle House
Oh, yes.
or the church on the corner.
Yes. All right, you want another one?
Sure, give us
Okay, and
another
then
one.
it'll be time for Sam.
Yeah, then it's
Because
time
I
for
know
Sam.
Matthew's waiting to hear him. Little Matthew. Because Betty told me yesterday that Matthew waits for Sam to come sing on Friday night. So, Ole, Sven, and Lars die in a tragic lutefisk accident. They are met by God on the stairway to heaven. God says, "There are 3,000 steps to heaven. It's very serious up there. I'll tell you a joke on each 1,000 step you reach. If you laugh, you go to hell." So they start walking and reach the first 1,000th step. God tells a joke. Lars laughs out loud and goes straight to hell. Ole and Sven look at each other nervously. On the 2,000th step, God tells another joke. Sven tries his best but laughs and goes straight to hell. On the 3,000th step, God tells the last and best joke. Ole doesn't laugh and proceeds to the gate. Suddenly, Ole bursts out laughing hysterically. God asks, "What are you laughing about?" Ole replies, "Oh, that's funny. I just got the first joke." So that's pretty good. All right, I'll give you one. Let's see, one more. Let's see if I can find it. Lars says to Ole, "Ole, stand in front of my car and tell me if the turn signals are verky." Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no.
And here's my final two for you. You know you're from Atlanta when you've seen your car magically change colors during pollen season.
Ah, that's the truth, definitely.
And you know you're from Atlanta when your neighborhood Kroger has a nickname.
Yes, but there's the Disco Kroger. I think it's in Decatur or Atlanta. And
With that being said, we need music.
yes, so it's time
Sam,
for Sam.
give us music.
Coming over.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
All right, good evening, everyone. Hope all y'all are doing well tonight. I'm gonna play a song for you. I'm playing "In Christ Alone." Just remember, if you have any songs to suggest for me, please comment them. I'll try to look at them and try to
Well,
find them.
now it's going to be till the third week in July. This is our last Friday night fun until late July. So,
All
but
right.
we will be back together then.
But I'll still look at them in the meantime. So please comment any songs that you want me to play. All right. In Christ alone, my hope is found. He is the light of... He is the light, my strength, my song. This cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest droughts and storms. What heights of love, what depths of peace, what fears are stilled with striving seas. My comforter, my all in all, here in the love of Christ I stand. There is no ground in body laid, light of the world by darkness slain, bursting forth this glorious day, up from the grave arose again, as he may stand in victory. His sins are lost, his grip on me, for I am his and he is mine, brought with the precious blood of thine. Guilt in life, no fear in death, this is the power of Christ in me. From life's first cry to final breath, Jesus commands my destiny. No power of hell, no schemes of men can ever pluck me from his hand till he returns or calls me home. Here in the power of Christ I'll stand.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. There's a little bit of wind, so I held the paper because it was hard to read it because of the wind. So, all right. Anything more? You have any more?
I don't have anything more.
All right. Okay, I got just a few more. And then we could do prayer requests and...
Oh, Sam.
That's all right. We'll get it. We'll get it.
our operator. Sorry, St. John.
Sorry, guys.
Only wore both of his winter jackets when he paid his house last July. The directions on the can said put on 2 coats. Lars was okay. No, never mind that one. Oli and Sven were taking a vacation in Sven's new camper. As usual, they became lost and were wandering around a strange town trying to find the highway. Sven was just starting down a grade to go under a bridge when he slams on the brakes. Oli, what the heck do you do that for, Sven? Sven, that sign there says low bridge, no vehicles over 12 feet high. This here camper is 13 feet. Oli, cripes almighty, Sven, there ain't no cops around. You just hit the gas pedal and go for it. All right, I'll give you one more. Let's see. Oli and Sven were fishing one day in a rented boat and were catching fish like crazy. Oli said, we better mark this spot so we can come back tomorrow and catch more fish. Sven then proceeded to mark the bottom of the boat with a large X. Oli asked him what he was doing, and Sven told him he was marking the spot so they could come back to catch more fish. Oli said, you big dummy, how do you know we're going to get the same boat tomorrow? These are only Sven jokes. I hope nobody's insulted by them. They're pretty funny. They're pretty cute. Okay, I'll do one more. Oli says to the doctor at the Mayo Clinic, I got a problem. Oh, never mind. Well, actually, Luther would like that one, but okay. Let me just make sure this is okay. Nah, that's okay too. All right, let's try one more. One particular Sunday, Oli was lying back in the hammock, and having just returned from church with Lena, he was feeling a little religious. God said, Oli, when you made Lena, why did you make her so nice and round, so pleasant to hold? Suddenly a voice from above said, so you would love her, Oli. Well then, why, oh why, asked Oli, why, Lord, did you make her so stupid? So she would love you, said the voice. So she would love you. Oh,
There we
that
go.
Oli, he's just
All
not
right.
very nice.
We better close it off here, huh?
Well, we got some things to share.
Yes.
All right, so this is our last Friday night till the end of July. My brother Tim will be here. Tim, if you see this, you better bring a hat with you because you need to sit in and you're going to have to tell some jokes.
Otherwise, you have to wear Sam's sombrero.
Yeah, so you better come prepared because my brother Tim and I, so we leave next Wednesday, and we got quite a trip. We are going back to see all my brothers and my sister-in-laws and nieces and nephews, and we'll spend the 4th there. We will, my mom's house, we're going to go through some stuff and pick things to bring back, and we're also headed to Michigan to see our friends up there. We don't have camp this year as all the camps and everything's canceled, and that's more than understandable, but we are going to see, Chris Doctor, his specialist. We'll see him, and we will also see friends all over Michigan. We're staying in a town, I'm not kidding, called Lake. It's just called Lake, Michigan, in a cabin on a little lake that has, we're going to do some fishing. I think there's some canoes so we'll get out on the lake, we'll go swimming, so we're going to just enjoy Michigan. That's going to be our time of enjoyment and see people and cook out and just have some fun. I love Michigan in this summer. It's just such a beautiful state. I love being there in summer. I don't want to be there in the winter. I've had enough winter in my life. But when we come back, I'm officiating at one of my dear college friends' mom's graveside service, and also officiating at another friend's wedding on the same weekend. So, and David and the boys will head back to Bloomington. We're going to visit some aunts along the way, and some cousins, and we are going to stay in Bloomington, normal few days, see friends. The guys are all going to their wonderful dentist. I have too many teeth problems, so I go to the dentist here now. Then we're going back to Hannibal, where we're going to pack up some stuff. My brother Tim and I will drive back on, I think, the 19th of July, and we will be bringing a U-Haul with some furniture from my mom's house that will go into our new house. So we will keep those pieces with us, so we're excited. What, you want to drive? Okay. Well, you can drive. I was thinking today you could drive on the trip. Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely do that. So anyway, so my last devotion is Monday night. When is your devotion? Are you doing one next week?
We'll figure it out next week.
Well, what do you
Pastor Nahali will have devotions on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, we'll see. Anybody else to do
Yeah.
my devotions. So, Pastor DeHolly, you're a good one, I'll tell you. We'll have church on Sunday, 10 a.m. Just a note for you, during the 3 weeks of July, if you're watching St. John, we have 3 different guest pastors. Pastor Barbara is the first week, Pastor Michael Jeanette's the second week, and Pastor Jonathan Trapp the third week. Many of you from St. John know Pastor Barbara. She's preached before, so you will hear her again. The office is going to be closed starting, I think, July 3rd through the 22nd. It's going to take us several days to travel back, so Lynn is taking vacation too, and I'm going to be gone. So if you have a pastoral emergency, just call Lynn, and she will be in touch with the pastor that will help out with that. If you, the building will be closed. We are not having any worship services in July. Our task force has recommended that, and our council has approved that. So if you need to go to the building, just text Lynn or leave a message that you're going in, just so she knows. As the building, we're still trying to keep people out of it, so just please note that. I will put something up from time to time on our Facebook page, but I'm not guaranteeing when or what, but I'll take pictures along the trip and maybe even share a song of Sam singing somewhere in Michigan or who knows where. But we'll share those from time to time. So we wish you, I wish you, and I'm sure you do too, wish you a very happy 4th of July, a very safe 4th of July. Please continue to wear your mask, keep physical distance. As I've shared with some of you, I heard a scientist say, we need social interaction, even if it's over the phone, on internet, Zoom, whatever, maybe 6 feet apart. But we need to keep physical distance, but we need to continue to have social interaction, not social distancing. So I really, really like that. So that's, I have no new prayer requests to share at this time. Worship will be on at 10 o'clock. And I think I started to say it and forgot to say, we won't do watch parties starting this Sunday. They'll just be uploaded and they'll be there at 10 a.m. But this Sunday we will have one at 10, and then we will have the Zoom coffee hour at 11. We had 7 people join last week. We had a very nice time just checking in on each other and talking. So if you join, you will have an opportunity to share how you're doing, if you have any prayer requests. And Tuesday is your final chance. If you'd like to come by church and get communion, you can come between 12:30 and 3, but please call and make an appointment so we don't have too many people there. We've had a good number of people come by to receive communion, and it's been a real blessing to share that. So if you would like to receive communion, please just call. You can even call that day, but don't, if you can, try to call before you come. But I will be sharing communion with people. So, and Tuesday is my last day in the office. So, all right, that's my announcements. Now you.
I'm more to say that if there are any pastoral emergencies, that's what Pastor Nahali's here for. So call her up. And in case you get really confused while I'm gone, and you turn on and you watch the worship service either on Facebook or on the YouTube channel, just remember, if you're watching it on July 5th and you see me preach, just know that yes, we have pre-recorded it ahead of time. So
Yeah.
that's what I have for you.
Oh, and I should say, just so you know, the services, Sam is putting them all together. We're going to have lots of special music. We're going to have music from different members. Marilyn has recorded preludes and postludes, and different people have done special music. We also will have a camp song, I think, every week that's coming from the Luther Ridge staff from last year. So we'll have a real mix of music. You'll see me in the services. I will do the main parts of the liturgy, and our pastors or their family will read the gospel and will give the sermon, but all the other parts will come from me. That's it for now. If there's anything else to share, it'll be sent out in our email next week. And again, I wish you all a really wonderful 4th of July. I hope to see some of you on Coffee Hour on Zoom on Sunday. It should be in your weekly email. And I've got to check. I got to send that to Joan Thomas if you're watching. So that's it.
All right.
It was a great Friday night. Fun again. Good jokes. I like the might be a lantern.
Should we just close with a blessing tonight?
Sure.
Okay. Would you like to bless them?
Sure. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord look upon you with favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace. Serve the Lord. Thanks be to God. Good night. Good night.